Hello, welcome back to Kababayan Today. Joining us are community members Nicole Kababa of Bayan USA and Alex Montances of NAFCON. Thank you so much for being here to talk about this important discussion on martial law in Mindanao. Pag-usapan natin, is there a reason you think, in your opinion, that it's only in the area of Mindanao?
Well, if you think about it historically, Mindanao has been a region that has a long history of resistance, a long history of organizing, and the Mindanao region particularly is also really well known for being very mineral and natural resource rich, right? At least it's estimated about $1 trillion worth of mineral resources and natural wealth lies in the Mindanao region in and of itself. And that's really why we see a lot of foreign corporations, foreign countries coming in to do large-scale mining, large-scale logging, and really essentially stealing the natural resources of the Filipino people. And I think it's concerning to us because if we think about why is it that the Philippines is so rich in natural resources and yet the people remain poor? Particularly the Mindanao region, and particularly where the incident happened, Marawi, the larger province is Lanao del Sur, which has the highest rate of poverty in the entire country. It's estimated that 74% of the population is in poverty. And so we have to ask the question, what is it that the government is really doing to address the concerns of the people of Marawi, the people of Mindanao, the entire country as a whole? Because we know there's a reason why our families left in the first place. It's because there were no jobs. It's because they were getting paid low wages and working hard. And Mindanao isn't any different from the rest of the country in that aspect. And we have to want more socioeconomic reforms for the people. And I think that's why we urge President Duterte to exhaust all options around diplomatic means to address the roots of the armed conflict, not just go purely into a military, brute, excessive approach that could be harmful and more destructive to the people, but actually look at how he can talk about genuine and lasting peace. And there are really good opportunities to do so with the upcoming round of peace talks, which is taking place on May 27th, actually in the Netherlands. It's going to be the 5th round of peace talks. And what's at stake is talking about socioeconomic reforms that are needed in the country.
Okay. All right. Let's talk about the fact that there are Filipinos here in America that are getting together, that are making their voices heard. I know both your organizations are out there rallying outside the Philippine consulate, sharing the fact that, no, you are against martial law. But what do you say to people who feel that martial law is necessary to address terrorism? Alex?
Yeah, there are people who are saying, I feel safer that there are soldiers and police around. But one person's individual feeling of safety doesn't mean that's the objective situation for everybody in a martial law situation. Think about the Lumad indigenous people of the Philippines. Think about Christian missionaries or even like environmental advocates who speak out against government corruption, and they experience abuse, they experience violence from the police and military all the time. Do you think they feel safe right now during martial law? No, it leaves room for the police and military to abuse the rights and the human rights situation of regular people who are just trying to speak out.
Okay. I know, Nicole, that you mentioned these peace talks that will be happening in the Netherlands, but what is the impact on the perspective for genuine peace in the Philippines because of martial law?
Well, right now, the peace talks is between the government of the Republic of the Philippines and the National Democratic Front of the Philippines, the NDFP. And there have been several discussions around how to respect international humanitarian law. There's been discussions on how to ensure that they address even like the landlessness issue. They just recently agreed that in spirit, free distribution of land is important to the Filipino people and to both parties. And so I think when you look at the Philippines as a whole, a large part of the population are still largely peasants. 75% of the population are peasants who are hungry, who are tired of being exploited, and who are actually wanting a genuine change in the Philippines. But when you declare martial law, a military approach, that can be intimidating. It could also lead to more harassment, more abuse of state power, military power. And this is why we feel that this isn't necessary. Martial law isn't necessary in the Philippines. It can only maintain the status quo, those who are already benefiting from the conditions and the way that things are in the Philippines. So with the peace talks, we think that it's important for President Duterte to revoke martial law immediately and instead focus on how to address poverty, how to address the lack of jobs,
yes.
how to address the need for social services.
Root, right? Let's talk about the root of the problem as opposed to deflecting all these other issues that really, if we get to the root of the problem, then all our kababayans can benefit. Yeah, okay. We are talking about martial law that's happening currently in Mindanao, why we should care about it, even though we're here in America. We'll talk more about that as we return with Alex Montances and Nicole Cababa.